Good day, my people. Good day to you all. How you all doing? Hope you're keeping safe. Okay, how you all doing, my people? How are your parents? Hope you're keeping safe. Hope you're obeying all the safety guidelines that you get on a daily basis on television and on radio, likewise on these online classes. Now, it is very, very important that you wash your hands at regular interval under running water, and you apply alcohol-based sanitizer afterwards. And if you must go out with your parents or anywhere whatsoever, make sure you're wearing a protective nose mask. I pray that this coronavirus pandemic will not be our portion. Okay, now one of the reason why we can keep safe is by following all the guidelines that you get on a daily basis. It's very important. Okay, you're welcome to class this morning or today, whatever the time is at your end over there. So today we shall be looking at the subject English language, and our topic for today is report writing. Our topic for today is report writing. I said we're looking at English language as a subject, and our topic is report writing. Have you ever written a report before? What do you think report writing means? What do you think it is? Or making verbal report and statement. Have you ever been interviewed before? Or have you ever gone for interview? I remember the previous set of primary 6, I took them out to streets, interviewing people on topical issues that affect our community, like rape cases, level of indiscipline among children and in the society. And it was one of their projects that we used during the graduation party. So right now, we shall be looking at making verbal report and statement, and also writing report. But before we go deeply into this topic, let's look at the learning objectives. Like I usually do, is my usual practice, that before we go in details into any topic, I let you know what you're expected to know or what you're expected to have learned at the end of the lesson. So let's go into the learning objectives before we proceed before we proceed on today's topic. All right, so the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, each of the pupils should be able to, 1, demonstrate good communication skill when orally reporting class activities to a teacher, classmate, or a friend. I take that again. 1, you're expected to be able to demonstrate good communication skill when orally reporting class activities to a teacher, classmate, or a friend. Okay, for instance, there are several times I give you a task that I ask you to go study a particular topic that have been taught or that has been treated, and I ask you to come to class and make a verbal report of that topic. I think I paired you guys in twos then, and you guys did a wonderful job. So you guys did a wonderful job when I asked you guys to do that, So the same thing we shall be looking at in this topic. We shall be looking at that in this topic. Now, don't forget that one of the things you shall be tested on in your common entrance, there are schools that also invite the intending students into their junior secondary school for an interview. That means you'll be invited on a particular day, and you would be in a room with maybe a group of teachers and the proprietor, the management team, and you'll be asked oral interview, starting with your name. Or can we meet you, young lad? You start by introducing yourself by saying, my name is Ogunlarolu Adamilare Michael, for instance. I am 12 years old, and you say where you live, your house address, the school, your primary school, and then they will ask you several other questions, and you're expected to answer confidently those questions verbally without fidgeting. You are not going to write anything on a paper. So that is oral interview. Now, number two, you're expected to be able to practice the habit of clear pronunciation when orally submitting an official report. Now, you've been given a report, just like your debate. Just like your debate. You've been given a particular topic to speak on. You would have gone home, gather your points, the necessary points that you need to speak on that topic. You write them down, then you try to commit them to memory by memorizing it, reciting it, and becomes part of you. And by the time you're done perfecting your lines, you come to school or wherever you're delivering the speech or debate, and you go there and you deliver all that you've learned confidently and convincingly. Same as your script. You know, you've been practicing your drama, and oftentimes you're given scripts to go and practice. You know, you take those scripts home, you learn them, you know your lines, you master them, and you come out and you pull those lines into acting, and it looks real, it looks convincing. That's what goes on with actors and actresses. They get scripts, they go home, they practice them, and come to do their thing. So this is what making of verbal report or writing of report is all about. Number three, you are expected to be able to use correct stress and intonation when holding discussions, debates, and giving addresses. Now, you're growing. As you grow older, you will be involved in any of these discussion, debates, and giving addresses. Addresses is you could be leader of a team. You could be made the leader of a team, and your team is given a task. If you're choosing as the leader of the team to deliver an address or a discussion in a meeting, you have no choice than to prepare yourself and get all your facts together, all the necessary information and details you need to, speak on about in that meeting, so that by the time you're delivering your address, it looks so convincing, it looks so real, and you'll be applauded for that. So all these are what you're expected to have learned at the end of today's lesson. I hope that is clear. Okay, now let's go into the introduction of today's topic. What is a report? What is a report? It is not the kind of report you tell your mate or your sibling. I'll make a report. I'm going to report to daddy for touching what we have been told not to touch. Not that report, not that kind of report we're talking about. We're talking about formal reports. So let me read out to you what I said, what it is here. Report, a report or factual description is a form of communication in which information is conveyed. A report of factual description is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed, usually verbally or in writing, to someone who wants it. Okay, now, when you have prepared a speech or a talk and you have mastered them perfectly, and you pass that information or details that you have mastered on to someone else who needs it, you have made a report. I come again. When you write on a particular topic, the topic has been given to you, you gather the necessary information or details that is needed on that topic. You master them and you pass it on to someone who needs that information. You have successfully made a report. So that's why I said here, a report or a factual description is a form of communication in which some information, vital details, is conveyed, passed on, usually verbally. That's it, by talking. When you say something is verbal, it means you're saying it. You're not writing them down. You are saying it. It's coming out of your mouth. The information is being passed orally. from your mouth to someone else or a group of people or audience who are listening to you. So that is a report. So it is usually verbally. When you make verbal or written, when you pass on an information verbally or by writing, you have made a report. When you pass on an information verbally or by writing, you have made a report. So, or in writing or to someone who wants it. I think that again, a report of factual description is a form of communication in which some information is conveyed, usually verbally or in writing, to someone who wants it. All right? So either verbally or by writing. All right. So the form of report has to be such that the person receiving it can draw information from the report quickly and easily. And that's the essence. Information is not successfully passed if the receiver did not get the intended message or required message from that information. You have not passed any report. You have not passed on an information if the receiver did not understand anything you are saying or you have said. So a successful information is such that the receiver of the information understood, is able to derive the necessary information from that report. Do you get it now? So let's move on. Let's move on. Now, your report can be in several forms. We have several ways of writing a report. Your report can be in many kinds or in many forms. You have reporting of events. Yes. Now, those guys who you see, for instance, I'm into entertainment industry, okay, apart from teaching. So now we often stage events, programs where we invite the press. Now, they will come, cover the event. Afterwards, they make a report of the event. You see them say something like, hello, I am Oludre Dare. I am at the event that is going on right now at Eco Hotel and Suite, the event of Laugh Out Stress with my brother and friend, blah, blah, blah. And here we're having fun. So we're going to be you're going to be interviewing some few people. Now, they do a live coverage. Then after the event, they can now come to such a medium like this online and make a report of the event. At the last event of Laugh Out Stress held at Eco Hotel and Suite, there were a lot of people who graced the occasion. We have the likes of Mike Abdul, Sinach, graced the red carpet. They were looking gorgeously dressed, and we had interview with quite a number of them that are making a report. All this I'm saying was what took place or what happened at the previous event that I covered or I attended. Same goes for you. I could ask you to write a report or make a verbal report of the last event you attended. It could be a birthday party. It could be a picnic. It could be a naming ceremony. It could even be a travel, an holiday getaway travel with your family. So I could ask you to make a report of that event. All right. So you could be called out in front of your classmates, to give a report of a past event that you witnessed or you attended. So a report could be a report could be in the form of reporting an event that has happened. All right. It could even be a tragic accident that you witnessed. A tragic accident that you witnessed. It could be an unforgettable memory. Okay, so that's reporting an event. It could also be a business report. If you listen to news, there's a segment on the news that has business reports. Now, they talk about all that has happened in business for that particular day. Sometimes it could be all that has happened in business in that week. They tell you Unilever company made a loss of 0.1%, while the another company made a profit of XYZ amount. All right, they are telling us. They also say something like, "Oh, we're going to look at trade market where people trade in stocks and stuff. What have you?" They give you information about what is going on in the business environment, in the business world. All right. So that is a business report. And on a daily basis, you get that on the news. You get that on a daily basis on the news. Okay. So it is very important for you to listen to news. If you want to be a good reporter, you want to be a good orator, you want to speak impeccably, you want to speak fluently, you need to read up. You need to read up literature texts that are rich for your level. Okay, you could read up newspaper. I often advise PUPILS students to pick up newspapers on a daily basis. Make sure you read newspaper. Make sure you listen to radio. Make sure you watch television, not African Magic. Listen to news, CNN for instance, Channels News for instance, TVC News for instance. These guys who read the news, you see the way they read the news, you like them. We invited one, Victoria Ikmoyi, one of the newscasters in TVC television station on TVC News. She speaks impeccably well, all right? And she told you guys how she developed herself and how she became a newscaster. You must be a lover of literature. You must read up, all right? And you must also love English language, okay? So this is how you can become a good reporter. Another form of reporting or report is reporting messages. Reporting messages, okay? A message is being passed on through you to someone. Oh, tells XYZ that I will be there. Let's assume your boss sent you out. Now you're working, you're grown up. Okay, let me bring it down to your level. Your mom sent you to your sibling. Your mom was going out and she left you with a message. When your older siblings come back, tell them they should carry out the following task. And your mom expects you to deliver or convey that message exactly how she has sent you. Now, it is expected of you to carry on that message and deliver it perfectly, not leaving out any information untold. Okay? Exactly as you are told. So that's another form of reporting or writing a report, which is conveying a message that you have been sent. So reporting messages. Another one is reporting experiences. I think I said it under this event. In reporting experiences, it could be an unforgettable experience that you had when you were younger. It could be a robbery attack. It could be an accident that you witnessed. It could be anything you experienced. All right, your past experience. So that's another way you write a report. Another way could be reporting meetings and interview. The past set, the past set, primary 6, the previous set before your set, I gave them in class, each of them have a task they carry out on a daily basis. We set up a panel, we have the judiciary, we have the executive, and we have the legislature. So amongst us, we make laws, we execute law, and we interpret laws. So it is not I who tells what punishment will be given to a particular pupil who breaks the class law or who breaks the class rule. We came together, myself and the pupils, and we made the laws and we pasted it. So if anyone go against the law, the panel will come together, the executive will come together, okay? This person has broken the law. We have lawyers amongst ourselves, and we're going to call a panel, and the panel of judges will sit, and the culprit will be made to stand to face the panel, and the appropriate punishment will be served to that person. So you see, that is quite interesting. So you want to give in that way, there is someone who takes down the minutes of the meeting. Now, is that person right? Whatever, as the trial is going on, there is a person who takes down what and what not happens during the meeting. So that is another form of writing a report. It also happens whenever teachers and management meeting is held in God First Children International School. There is a person among the teaching staff that writes the minutes of the meeting. Now, what is going to be written are the things that are said in that meeting. For instance, the minutes of the meeting will start by, the opening prayer was said by maybe the proprietor, Pastor S.A. Adebanjo, and the motion for the reading of the minutes was moved by so and so. This person said this person said that. Now, all the things that are said in the meeting without missing out anything are what makes up the minutes of the meeting. So there is someone who takes down all of these, who notes down all of these things. So that is another form of writing a report. And it could also be interviewed. Just like I told you, many of you will be interviewed in the schools you intend to go. All right? After you have written your examination, you will also be invited for an oral or verbal interview where you'll be made to sit and face a group of people called panel, and you will be asked several questions. Starting with your name, you will be asked to introduce yourself. Afterwards, you will be asked why you are interested in coming to their school. You need to convince them enough for, even though if you pass the written examination and you fail the oral interview, you might not be given the admission into the junior secondary school. So this you also must learn how to do. Comport yourself. Excuse me, Lord, may we meet you? Okay, good afternoon or good morning. My name is Ogunlaro Oluwadamilare Michael. I am 12 years old. I live at 3 Yakubu Street, Ikosiketu, Lagos. I am the third child of my family. We are all 5. It's a family of 5. My mom, my dad, and my 3 other siblings, and I. Okay? Now, then, another question may be thrown at you. Why are you interested in coming to our school? Oh, I'm interested in coming to your school because I have read and researched a lot about your school. I know that your school has a very high standard and record of good results. You know, you must sound convinced. Good results at WAEC, Junior WAEC, and I know that the teachers are very dedicated to their job and good at teaching. Because I have a friend who is a student in your school. So I also want to take my academic pursuit to another level by coming to your school so I can be helped to sharpen my skill for a better future. You know, you have made a very valid point. They will say, nice, nice. And there is someone, don't forget, there's someone taking down all that you're saying, and you'll be graded. If you are spoken well, you'll be graded. How is your delivery? Your punctuation, intonation? Have you been able to convincingly communicate your ideas to the panel of judges? All of these and more, you will be graded on. So another type of report is reporting news. I think I've said that. You know, you have people called correspondents. Now, these ones go to the streets where events happened. You see someone standing with a mic in front of her. You must have seen in the past graduation, the past primary 6 pupils, some of them went out to the street. We went to Magodo, we went to Shangisha, we came to Alade Lola, and we interviewed quite a number of people, parents, youths, asking them topical issues affecting the society, and you see someone with a mic, for instance, say, "Hi, my name is Ajayi Victoria," or on the street asking this question, what is the level of indiscipline among children of today? What can you say about that? Can we have your view, sir? Yeah, and they did well. We played the video and, you know, they were appreciated. You see, so that is reporting news. The same thing. Those ones now, they can do it well. If another opportunity comes for them to repeat that, you never can tell. You could be a reporter, you could be a newscaster in the future. So these things you need to learn and sharpen the skills as you grow older. You get it now? So those newscasters, those correspondents, I am Victoria Ikponyi reporting for TVC News. I am the location, God for Children International School, where online teaching is going on right now. We have several teachers with their laptops in front of them, tidying up their slide, making sure that they dot their I's and cross their T's and getting ready for the online recording. Until I come your way again, I remain Ogunlarolu Adamlari reporting for Channels News. Now, you must have seen that on several news stations. So all these are forms of reporting. All these are forms of reporting. So you can be asked to do any of these in the future. It shouldn't pose a problem. It's easy. Practice makes perfection. What you continually practice, what you continually do on a daily basis, you get better at it. So continue to practice and you see how better you'll get. So let's continue. Let's also look at the form in which a report is written. How a report is written. I said a report can be in the form of a paragraph, essay, or letter. Yes, that is if you're writing a report, if it's not a verbal report or verbal speech or verbal address you're making. If it's a written report, it can be in form of paragraph, essay, or letter. It can also be in the form of notes or sub-notes or interview. It can be in the form of notes, sub-notes, or interview. The form of a report depends on its nature or subject matter, the space available for its printing, and the person or persons for whom it is meant. Now, who you are reporting to determines what and what is expected to be in that report. If it's a report, if you're reporting to your mate in class, definitely the form of the report should be addressing your mates, okay? If you're reporting to your teacher, the form of the report should be addressed to your teacher, properly addressed to your teacher. And it should have paragraphs in an essay form, or it could be in a letter form. That's a letter form like formal or informal. If it's formal, it's going to have two addresses. First, your own address on the upper right of the paper, and the next address is the lower left, which is the receiver's address on the lower left of the paper. Then the salutation, dear sir, dear ma, then the purpose for writing the letter, the topic of the letter or the title of the letter, whatever, then the body of the letter. So it can be in the form of, then in the form of essay, letter, and it must have paragraph. The form of a report depends, I've said that earlier on, the subject matter. The subject matter would determine what you're writing on. If you're told to write on the level of indiscipline among children of today, you can, in your report, you cannot be writing, it is good to dress well, then looking good is a good business. No, the subject matter is talking about level of indiscipline among children of today. So your write-up must be in tune with the topic, the subject matter. So that is very, very important. And who the receiver is determine how or who you address the report to. Okay? So that is very, very important. You should take note of that. Next, writing a report can be simple once you learn the steps of writing the process. It's very simple. Come along as I take you step by step on how you can successfully and conveniently write a report. So in the next slide, I will be telling you the processes that comes in play of in writing a report. So writing a report, the first thing you need to do is go through the writing process. So what do we mean by the writing process? Have you ever built a sand house? Many of you, if you've ever gone to the beach side where you go on a picnic, have you ever built a sand house? Or if you've ever traveled out for summer, have you ever played in the snow and you built a snowman? Have you ever? Now, there is a process. Everything in life has a process. And you must follow the due process to get the things done. So one of the processes that you must need to go through in writing a report is to first of all gather the information. We shall get there soon. Now, think about the different stages of the process. Design your house. First of all, you have to design your house, then organize your materials, construct your creation, make final tweaks, and present your creation to your friends and family. Writing a report involves a similar process, and it can seem a lot more intimidating than making a house out of sand. But once we break it down into 5 simple steps, it won't be so intimidating. Today you will learn about each of these steps, which together are called the writing process. So the writing process of a report is what I shall be taking you through now. So the first thing you need to do in writing a report is to gather your information. Gather your information. It is very necessary. You want to rewrite a report about the level of indiscipline among children, and you sat down in a place, you're not asking questions, you're not gathering information either online, or you're not meeting families, you're not going from one family to another with the help of your parent, of course, to know if truly the level of indiscipline is high among children of this day or not. How do you know? You don't know that by sitting in your house. You have to know by going out, interviewing people, asking different parents how their children have been responding to instruction or information or carrying out tasks that has been given to them. So you have to gather information. That's what these actors do whenever they have a role to play. For instance, if someone is given a role of a criminal, to play the role of a criminal, and he has never played that role before, he or she has never played that role before, how will he or she be able to successfully act that role without finding out how criminals behave? Some of them go as far as going to the slums, going to the ghettos. The slums are dirty environments where you find these rugged hoodlums, hardened guys who take all sorts of drugs. Some of them go as far as visiting those slums to just mingle, stay around and see how these criminals behave. That is gathering information. They are not doing that just so they become a criminal themselves. They are only doing that to feel how these guys, these hoodlums, live their life and get themselves in character to try to depict, interpret the same thing in the role they have been given. So the important thing, the first thing you need to do is gather your information. The first thing to do in writing process is to select a topic afterwards and then gather the information you need to begin writing. You have been given the topic. The next thing is go all out, gather information. You can use the online space. On the internet, there are lots of information you need about everything. There is a lot you need about. Just Google the topic, type it. It pops up. A lot of things pops up, and you can pick what is relevant to the topic that you have been given. And voila, you have started writing your report. It's as easy as that. So It's just like when you build your sand house, you need to design your house and gather the pieces you need before construction. For your report, you will need to research your topic, like I've just said that, which means you need to find information on your topic to use in your report. Two main types of research sources include print sources, including informational books, magazines, encyclopedia, newspapers, and interview. I said that earlier on. You want to make a good report, you want to be a good reporter, read and read. Read journals, read magazines, read newspapers, read literature tests, read encyclopedia, go to the library. The library is there for you to use. There are a lot of books unread in the library, waiting for you to read them. Books trying to be read. I find out that lately, children of today are lazy. We are lazy readers. We don't read anymore. All you want to do is press your phone. If you're using your phone for important things, it's very good. You're getting information, you're adding to the knowledge you already know. But what you do most times on your phone is you play games, you chat away your precious time that you would have used to research what is going on in America, what is the latest invention, who is creating what is happening in science world, what is happening in technology world. Make good use of your phone, of the internet, not for doing rubbish. I hope that is clear. So read journals, read books, read magazines, read encyclopedias, read newspapers, listen to news, listen to educative programs that will help your speaking, your communication skill, that will sharpen your communication skill, make you speak fluently, impeccably well. I don't know who your mentors are. I don't know who you admire. You have to look up to someone. There are several people in the media space that I admire, that I like to speak like. They have good command of English. So you also look for people like that. It could be among your teachers, those who you admire their command of English, that you would like to speak like. So emulate them, copy them, mirror them. And as you do that, you get better, better, and better. So, and number two, internet and media sources. Yes, it's okay to have role models like Wizkid. But I ask you one question. What do you learn from Wizkid? If Wizkid is your role model, you do like this. You wear blings and you do yeah. Is that a good thing? And you sag and you... Why would you even have Wizkid as your role model to start with? Or you have Olamide, and some of you, Naira Marley. You have Naira Marley as your role model. What have you learned? What good thing have you learned from him? He's a drug user. Pardon me. And I don't know. You have good other people. But maybe because you will say they are boring. These guys who cast news, none of you pick them to be your role model. For instance, Moriah Brown, who does Your View on TVC station. Why can't you take someone like that, or any of those women who come out in the morning to speak about issues that affect your life, that affect society? You will not pick any of those as your role model. Those that speak well, professors. You won't pick your teacher as your role model. You will pick Wizkid. He's good anyway. I'm not, discriminating, but pick a role model that you learn something positive from, that you learn something that would shape your life and future for good from, not someone who the only thing you copy from them is maybe their mode of dressing, and that's all. What about intellectual skills, brain, academics? What about that? So you balance things up. It's good to have role models in the entertainment world. Also have role models in education, academics, those that will help you, those you can run to, and even send mail. Oh, excuse me, can you put me through? I want to be a good writer someday. Chino Achebe. This who wrote There's this writer that I admire so much who wrote, what's her name now? If I remember, I'll let you know. So you get good authors that you want to be like Victoria Ikonyi that we invited during our career day. You know, I love her. You should also love her if you want to be a newscaster, broadcaster someday. So there are several of them. So get these people as your role model. So make good use of the internet and media sources and space for your search engine, or as your search engine, the television, the movies, the music you listen to. Pick good ones to be your role model, okay? So make good use of the television, the media space for your report writing. Next one, after you have gathered your information, the next thing you need to do in your report writing is organize the information. All the information that you have gathered from several sources, now you now begin to organize them. Which one comes first? Which is next? Which is next? Then you begin to arrange them and organize. That's what the next thing you need to do is. So let me read out to you what I said here. The next step is to organize the information you gathered during research, which will help make writing the report easier later. It's like when you organize the pieces for your sandhouse, you separate the blocks into different types and colors so that you easily grab what you need when you need it. For your report, graphic organizers like essay maps, Venn diagrams, tables, charts are great tools for organizing your information. So after you have gathered all this information, if you want to make a table, you can decide to make a table. For instance, you have gathered information about indiscipline, level of indiscipline among children. Now, you have sampled the opinion from 5 different families. It is now good for you can decide to do a table, family A, family B, family C, family D, family E, and decide to now write your report from different families into the column. Family A, write the report you've gotten there. Column B, for family B, write the report you've gotten. Or you can tend to use a Venn diagram. Venn diagram are circular figure embedded in one another that contains information about a group of data. You must have seen Venn diagrams, circle like this. Another circle is drawn inside of that, and another circle. So you can, whichever one is convenient for you, you can write your report using any of the two. All right? So organize your report. The next thing you need to do after you have gathered information and you have organized your report, the next thing is now write your draft. Don't forget, the first thing, gather information. The next thing you need to do, organize or arrange the information. Now write a draft. A draft is like a rough sketch of what you intend to have in your report. A rough sketch, not the perfect work. I'm a songwriter. I'm a music minister. I write songs. Okay? I also organize events. Apart from teaching, from being a teacher. Now, what we do first, or what I do first is, when an idea comes to my head, maybe about a song I need to write, I put it on a rough sketch. That is not the final thing. Sometimes I can hum it in a phone, then get a raw paper, I put down my drafts. This is this, I go up I go, we go up. I'm just using that as an example. I put that there. Now, I now begin to gather, after I've gathered this information I need about that song. For instance, I have a video on called Igwe. After writing the song, the idea for the video came. I drafted it on a rough sketch and I shared the idea, and every other thing came together and the video came alive. So write a draft of what you are talking about. If it's an essay, write a draft. Are you supporting the motion or are you opposing the motion? If it's a debate, pardon me, if it's a debate, for instance, if it's a debate about teachers are better than farmers, are you supporting or are you opposing? If you're whatever part you belong to, gather information about that, organize the information. Now write a draft. If you're supporting teachers are better than farmers, you have to know who a teacher is. Gather information about teachers, organize the information. Now write that draft about teachers. Define what a teacher is. Write why you support the motion that teachers are better than farmers. You then continually, your draft can be changed 2 or 3, even more than 3 times. After you've written first draft, you read through, another idea came into your head, you can get another piece of paper, transfer the previous draft in that new one, and add the new idea that you've got into your draft until you've finally gotten all that you need for that report. And that makes a perfect report. Then you can now practice it, learn it by heart, so that if you are delivering the speech or the report verbally without having to read from a book or a piece of paper, you have to memorize it, commit it to memory, so that when you stand in front of people and you're delivering your report or your address, it looks so real, it looks so convincing. It looks like you're not reading it out from a book. So you've gathered and organized everything you need, and you're ready to write the first draft of your report. If you completed a graphic organizer, this step can be breeze. Take the information from your graphic organizer, turn it into essay format. You see, you can write it in an essay format. Typically, your report will be 5 paragraphs as follows. I'm going to show you how you go about writing your report. It's going to be in 5 paragraphs as follows. And this is it. First one is going to be introduction. For instance, let's say you are writing a report about teachers are better than farmers. You're going to start with the introduction. Who is a teacher? A teacher is a person who impacts meaningful information into people, or who gather information, write information, and pass it on to a group of people. Okay, who pass positive knowledge to a group of people. So that is introduction. You have introduced who a teacher is. Okay, then you can now go on to now write your main idea. Main idea 1. So your main idea is to write about teachers are better than farmers. Then you now can go on by saying, these are the following reasons why I said that teachers are better than farmers. That's your main idea 1. Then you go to your main idea 2. Other reasons why you're supporting the motion that says that teachers are better than farmers. It could also be maybe a report about the one I said earlier, the level of indiscipline in children of these days. Okay? After you have introduced who are children, children are young individuals between ages of 0 to 15. Those are children. Ages of 0 to even 17. Those are children. Okay? So although we have different groups, we have toddler, we have infants, we have teenagers, all right? So adolescent age, or what you call puberty age, all right? So from the age of, you can say children, that's going to be in your introduction. Who are children? Children are young individuals between the ages of 0 to maybe 13, and then you go on. That's your introduction. Come to your main idea. Level of indiscipline are seen in children of today, every day in our society. You give reasons why you think level of indiscipline. You find out that children these days pass by older ones without even saying good morning, sir, good morning, ma. They just pass by, even their teachers, without opening their mouth to say good morning. And some of them don't even bow. Or we have custom and tradition in Nigeria, which says as a Yoruba person, you have to prostrate as a boy to greet your elders. You have to kneel down as a girl to greet your elders. All of these are what you don't find in the society of today. So that is your main idea. You are putting that in your main idea 1, main idea 2. You also have main idea 3. All of these will come up in your main idea 1, main idea 2, main idea 3. After you have written enough and you think your point is convincing enough to whoever you're passing the information to or to whoever is receiving the information, then you can now conclude. That is when you now have what you call conclusion. So these are the processes you need to go through when writing a report. First, like I said, you must gather the information. Secondly, you must organize or arrange the information. And thirdly, you make a draft. You make a draft. And your draft is in this format: introduction, main idea 1, main idea 2, main idea 3, and your conclusion. And that brings us to the end of today's class. I hope you have learned so many things about writing a report. And I know that after this class, if you're ever asked to write a report or come and make a public address or come for an interview, you know what and what to do and how to go about it. If you still have any question you would like to ask about this topic on how to write a report verbally or deliver a speech verbally or go for an interview, feel free to send your question via Gmail to my Gmail. The option is on your page. And please don't forget, another test, second test is coming up shortly. Make sure you are reading your books, listen to the videos, access the lesson notes online, and ask questions. Do the exercises that are given in the lesson notes. And I pray the Lord will give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to excel and climb to the top pinnacle of success in future. I pray. And I pray that you will not also contract this deadly coronavirus that is ravaging the entire nation of the world. Please adhere strictly to the safety guidelines, which are washing of your hands under running water at least every 5 or 30 minutes, and apply alcohol-based sanitizer. And if you must go out with your parents, make sure you're wearing a protective nose mask. Until I come your way again, I remain Mr. Ogunlaro, your primary 6 teacher. Remain blessed. Love you. Bye for now.